Hey, I'm Mike Killen from Devon Digital Design, and today we're going to talk about how to launch a website. So you want to know how to launch a website without missing a deadline, making sure you do it safely, making sure you do it quickly and with a minimum of budget. So you're in luck because we've created a totally free website launch checklist. You can get that if you're watching us on YouTube on the link below, or if you're on our blog, you can use the form in the next paragraph. First of all, let's look at what you need to know about launching a site, what the goals are before we answer how to launch a site. What are the goals for launching the site in the first place? So you want the site to have the minimum of downtime. If you're updating the site or if you're launching a brand new one, when you make the switch to the main domain, which is the www.bit or the URL, you want to make sure that the transition is seamless and that you don't have a 404 page or a maintenance page or anything for the shortest period of time possible. You want to also hit the ground running. I really hate this phrase, but a lot of people seem to use it, to make sure you capitalise on the launch and get plenty of traffic as soon as you launch. This might have a little bit of a marketing plan maybe. You also want to improve something compared to before the site launch, like conversions. You want to have more people call you, get more emails, get more sales, have more people purchasing from you, having more people sign up to your newsletter, more than compared to the last website or than what you had with no website. Otherwise, what was the point in updating it or building it in the first place? You also want to feel confident that you've launched something successfully and that you're proud to tell people about. I see it time and time again when people are building a site or they've built a site, they then launch it, but they don't have the confidence to tell people about it because actually the site isn't particularly good, or it hasn't been launched properly, so it's missing loads of things. And finally, you want to keep your budget down to a minimum, which means you don't want to go overspending by spending months and months trying to rectify problems that could have been done with a bit of hard work in the first place. In our checklist that we've got, the free one, which you can download, you can literally mark off the points and the checks to make sure that your website launch is safe, quick and within budget. Our checklist covers absolutely everything that you need. Even if you're not a developer or a designer, there are loads of items that you as a business can take and send off or do, and if you need to send them off to a developer, kind of becomes a bit of a brief so you can get an accurate quote for them. I'd like to point out at this point, if you don't know how to launch a site, that Devon Digital Design can absolutely help out with that. So let's look at some tips on launching the site if you haven't downloaded the form already. Other than the checklist, there are a few other bits and pieces that we can do. Make sure that your website is launched quickly and safely. First, make a backup of the entire site. In fact, make several backups. If you're completely unsure how to do this, send me an email at michael@devondigitaldesign.com and I can take you through it. Secondly, talk to your host provider. Mention that you're going to be launching the site and that it's going to be going live and that you may be after a little bit of support. They might be able to help out. And they might be able to also tell you, but frankly you should check anyway, whether they have any planned maintenance sessions in the near future. Again, I've seen this before when people launch a site and then the host has a maintenance session for 15 minutes, half an hour, and you look like a bit of a moron when people are going through just a blank maintenance screen. Have a promotion plan as well. Once you've launched the site, how are you going to tell people? Easily, you can copy and paste the link to the site, put it all over social media. You can also send out emails to customers, to friends, family, just get the word out there, and you can do that really, really simply. Also tell people that you're actually launching a site. Number 4, don't launch on a Friday. I don't know what it is about Fridays, but it's tacky and it's overdone and everyone launches their website on a Friday. It's boring, so don't do it. Look at midweek around 9 AM or 6 PM when people's engagement tends to be highest for promotional channels, things like social media, emails, that kind of stuff. And finally, run some free SEO reports on your site using Google Speed or GTmetrix. The links are in the blog before you launch, and it will just kind of take care of anything that you think you might have missed, and it runs a pretty free deep analysis of your site. Recently we've actually launched a ton of websites, either sites that we own or that we're working on, or it's sites that have been built by other businesses and they just want us to launch them. For example, lots of businesses are building their sites in-house before they realise they don't actually know how to launch a website. Launching a site is more than just clicking publish. There might need to be a little communication and marketing. Are you launching a new product? Perhaps the business is having a bit of a rebrand, perhaps the website is having a rebrand. Do you have customers already, or are you going to need to build a new database? Do you need people to sign up to the newsletter? My advice would be to choose a good, reliable host by paying a decent amount for it, over 140 quid a year, frankly, and download our free checklist to go through everything on there, run it past someone who knows what they're doing, and then finally get in touch with me, Michael at devondigitaldesign.com. Thanks very much, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye now.